A lot of people will be waking up this morning and they'll be seeing things like this mangled tent right here in someone's front yard. The flooding came all the way up here. I'm going to get my cameraman to pan down there, and it came from the river, so you can see how far that river water moved all the way up here, off just to show you how dark it is out here. And that is one of the reasons why it's important that kids should try to wear lighter colored costumes. If not, they can have a glow stick. To be a worm burner, all you need is a strong piece of wood and some iron, and those vibrations will bring up worms like this one from a 30-foot circle. The house that was once dark and you could barely see anything has reignited, and the flames are continuing to grow. When it comes to crappie tournament fishing, it doesn't matter how many fish you catch, but what's most important is how big the fish you catch is. But that path of the storm was random, because if you look at other parts of that community, you can see the devastation that the storm left. And it'll be a spooky scene in Tallahassee this weekend. I'm here at the Paranormal Circus. You can see what used to be Tommy Gorski's front yard that I'm standing in right now.
Never saw the storm coming. We knew there was a storm coming, but we never knew that it was gonna turn out like this.
It all started off as a good day for the Baum community.
It was such a nice clear day. Even it rained earlier that morning, but it cleared up so nice.
But the clear skies soon turned into rain and wind.
You just hear this loud roar, roar.
According to the National Weather Service, that roar was winds from an EF2 tornado, strong enough to uproot trees, send mailboxes off of their post, and even rip the roof from a trailer.
I was saying, Jesus, 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 take care of me. Take care of me, Jesus. The whole trailer is gone. Bless the heart. Jesus.
The tornado destroyed Fannie Mae Campbell's trailer.
Got on that ladder. Crawled out that window, because the ladder was already right there.
Campbell sought shelter with her next-door neighbor, but moments later, the storm sent a tree crashing through his roof as well.
It was just shocking. I had never seen nothing like it. It was so quick.
The devastation left James Williams speechless.
I really didn't know. I had lost it. You know, I just lost it. I can't think. I can't even think now.
Through all of the devastation, the small, tight-knit community is still joining hands.
With that said, Lord, bless us, continue to keep us. Spare us, Lord, till we get right with you.
Thankful that they're all still alive, the Baum community is now coming together to pick up the pieces. In Leon County, Jada Williams, WTXL, ABC 27. 500 rubber boots, wear and tear visible on each pair, all lining the Florida State Capitol courtyard.
How are we here, Jazz?
All filled with a card, some reading in honor, others still fighting.
2 years ago, he stood with me. Today, I stand alone.
Noelle Saunders recently lost her husband, Jeremy, to brain cancer.
It makes me angry because, you know, he gave himself as a fireman. He loved the profession. He loved being a fireman. Never did he think he was going to leave his family with nothing.
The International Association of Firefighters says that cancer is the profession's leading cause of death.
We hope that they look and they realize that each set of boots that's sitting here represents a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a parent, and that they understand that this disease is impacting us on a daily basis.
Thank you. Like Jaslyn Zombo.
I love you. I love you too.
A firefighter that once showed no signs of getting cancer.
My doctor started going through my chart. She's going through it going, where did this come from? And I said, well, it was my job. My job created this.
After 17 years in the field, she has beaten cancer twice.
It's the best job in the world, but we're suffering and we need help.
The placement of these boots is by no mistake either. When legislators walk through those doors to get to work and start their day, they'll have to walk through what the organizers call the graveyard. The end goal is to inspire legislators to join 44 other states and pass a bill to extend health care coverage to firefighters diagnosed with cancer.
We're doing our part to ensure that when we pass this legislation, we won't ever have to use it.
So that Florida firefighters are only filling those rubber boots with their feet. In Tallahassee, I'm Jada Williams. When I spoke with Pastor Paul Ladd, he told me that even though the building is completely destroyed, and you can see behind me it's nothing but just the outer shell of what was Faith Heritage Church, he still plans to meet Sunday morning, all to praise the Lord.
I woke up to the sound of the sheriff's department knocking on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning, screaming, hollering, motioning me to get out and evacuate immediately.
Pastor Paul Ladd escaped in time to find the church that's called Quincy home for more than 100 years.
Wow.
Burning down in flames.
It's devastating. This church has a rich history here in this city, in Gadsden County. This is one of the very first churches in this city and in this county.
Members of the congregation, even concerned neighbors.
Holy crap.
It's crazy, bro.
The piano's gone, dude.
Stopping by to survey what still stands of Faith Heritage Church.
Yes, this is a total loss. Everything is destroyed. The roof, the fire was up high in the roof. It ran the length of the roof and fell down on everything inside the structure.
Through all of the smoke, Pastor Ladd can still see a bright future.
I don't need a building. I just need my Jesus. Jesus is my king. I don't worship a building. I worship my king.
Worship that he says will still take place this Sunday.
If nobody else is out here except for me, my family, we're going to have church. And if you want to have church with us, bring some bologna and some bread.
And from there, promises to pick up the pieces and rebuild.
For some reason, God saw fit to allow this to happen. It's devastating, like I said. It's horrible. But God still knows what he's doing. He's still under control.
The State Fire Marshal is investigating alongside Quincy Fire, and behind me there are investigators still going through that church right now. Reporting live in Quincy, Jada Williams, WTXL, ABC 27.
This is a parent and community engagement issue, right? This is affecting our whole community at large.
Talithia Edwards' son found a pocket knife at school. He turned it into his teacher, but was still given out-of-school suspension for not handing it over immediately.
As soon as I found that out, I began to just research. It just seemed really extreme, the punishment that he was receiving.
What Edwards found?
It was bigger than my son.
Black students are 4.4 times more likely to get an out-of-school suspension than white students in Leon County.
I don't think any reasonable person would assume that our white students are better behaved than our black students.
Michelle Gomez, the executive director of the Oasis Center for Women and Girls, looked deeper into those numbers, finding that there are more girls being suspended overall than for any individual race other than black.
We can infer that most of those girls suspended are black girls, and that's a problem that we need to address.
Girls Circle with the Oasis Center is one step to addressing the problem. The organization focuses on social and emotional learning for grade school girls to help keep them focused in the class and out of trouble.
And there is something happening with black students, with girls in our school system, and we need to look more closely at it and see how we can support them.
Edwards and Gomez believes that support lies within open communication between the schools and the communities.
Let's talk about this in an open forum so that we can put all the facts on the table, not pointing fingers at anyone in particular, but let's talk about the policies and how we can work through that, and we can keep our children in school, and we can bring these disproportionate numbers down.